it after
You want
you.
it to be by 6:30 on Monday.
No, I mean, I know it's a verb.
Monday morning, you
Is it
make it
her
during
first
time.
too?
Yeah, but that's very, so you just not
Don't worry, you
wrong.
can still be here. There's always hope.
Yeah. Did you call Linda already, or are you going to give her a buzz later on?
I did, but I'm not sure she's going to be able to make it. She had some other thing that she was supposed to start today.
A
at
new
8
rotation,
o'clock.
that's right.
It's now 7:28. And Doreen still in labor, only not feeling very much pain because she's full of Demerol and all kinds of good stuff. And here it is.
Oh, dream.
Somebody help you do? Oh, you're waiting to walk out.
Hi, Doreen. You feeling better now with all that good medicine inside you? You look like you're falling asleep.
I am.
Oh,
I have felt like this since last night when I went to bed.
it's very nice, isn't it? I'm just...
Yes.
Push it again, push it again.
Hold your arm still, hon.
Is there anything? Yeah, do. Everybody's trying to use it for that, huh?
You can stop that and start it as much as you want.
How's that, good?
Just get in close on the close heads.
It's with
Again?
Yep.
1, 2,
It's fine.
4, 5, 6, 7. How you doing, Linda? Green light on.
yeah.
Does it have sound too?
I think it does.
Can you elevate
Hi.
the table? Well, let's first position.
She's supposed to push or not?
If you have contraction, sure. Identify the sutures. This is the posterior front now, right?
Yeah?
It's up there.
No.
What position is that?
Just right there.
Okay, very good. Stay. Occiput anterior, let's go away. Right. So just lined up well. Does that hurt? How about here? Here we go, a little more on the right and left. Good.
That's where she always goes.
Religion? Well, when did you,
Didn't want you to give a photography lesson.
9 o'clock. 9:04.
oh, just a little bit. That's fine.
6, 7,
It's right there.
7, 8. Good job.
Good. Good.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, you're starting to get
All right. We'll give her good.
There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Good push.
5,
Good
6,
push.
8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay,
Good,
just
you're doing
relax
good.
now. Okay. Okay, it looks like you're starting another one here. Nice, okay?
You ready? Okay, girl. Here we go. There.
Oh, that's excellent push.
3,
Excellent.
4, 5,
Keep her coming. Keep her coming.
7, 8,
Keep her coming.
9,
Super.
10.
And again, come on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Almost there. Almost there. Almost.
Okay, this time, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What you got?
Can you scoot towards one just to policy so you can see the baby's head? Can you see?
Am I supposed to put some more?
No, why don't you just
Not yet.
gaze at your beautiful creature there.
Okay, move way over to the other side. There it is. See when you
Oh, there it is.
Why don't you kneel down?
That's a little long.
There you go, okay?
From the shoulders, Dee.
Okay.
Beautiful. Excellent. And what is it? It is a girl. It's a girl.
That's Tawny.
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 11 minutes after the she's got her eyes open.
Get that on. Oh, she's already peeing for us. You want to cut the cord?
Sure. Never thought about it, but...
He'll plant between it and then he'll give you some scissors.
Okay.
There. Okay, now why don't you take these scissors, pop right there.
Okay.
Just cut right between those two plants.
Right here?
Yep. Super. Okay.
Cover her up there with a warm blanket.
Tawny Victoria.
Tawny Victoria Schultz.
Tawny.
You know how to hold it.
Tawny. T-A-W-N-Y. Tawny.
Little sweetie.
Hello, Tawny.
Let's see the baby's face.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's Tawny.
She's a tiny little thing.
Daddy over here.
I can't do that. No.
All right, Doreen,
Yeah?
why don't we put the level table off,
Okay.
and then we'll see if we can lift her up a little bit so she's not falling off all the time. There you go, all right.
How do you feel, Doreen?
That's your baby?
No, it's not fully down to me. I
Oh,
don't
it hasn't hardly dawned on me.
Here. There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your little nail.
Baby catch already.
Did you get me cut the cord?
Yes?
It's a real exciting event.
Does that focus as close as
Change
that?
our Let's keep for that experience.
If you notice the camera quivering, it's because it's getting so heavy for me. I can't hold on to it.
Yes, could we? What's that?
You don't look like the right color, baby. You said I have
There you go. There's little Tawny Victoria.
my hands are
Yeah,
dead.
what we're gonna do is just give up here.
From that epidural.
And then just put all that back.
How we just did this one too? She looks kind of tiny.
She's probably 6 and a half, 7.
Dr. Rivers said, wait a day, she's got it.
Put it down. What I want to do is feel.
Okay, you should really touch her unless she scrubbed your arms. Did you? Do you want us to weigh her? She may be a little, she's...
It's way up.
You want to be still.
Okay.
8, 9. Let me just...
She's slime. Now you can see.
Get it up,
Oh, look at that kid go.
Good singer.
You know, the idea of that is you don't want to grab the top, you just pull down.
Nice. I know what
The ribbon comes down like that.
She's 18 and 3/4
So
inches
it is,
long.
yeah, so.
Oh, I know.
Like, it's just like,
she is. She's really
jumping
little.
off the giant circus.
Little.
Jackie's baby was 21 at July. He was like 5 pounds.
Oh, what's wrong?
She's 21 and weighed 5 pounds.
It is.
I ain't gonna scream for you. She weighs 6'15". I just like this baby dance and standing on
Tiny girl.
Now, what I like to do is just
Tawny's what? Victoria. Because
there
she's
you
born on
can see it all
Victoria.
the way around.
I would pay my dad.
What time?
11 after.
11 after?
I can't wait to have Steven tell me that.
Why don't we come up for a couple of three?
Dennis is gonna be surprised when I go home.
Yeah.
You can time it first.
Does he really?
Yeah.
What is it?
No.
Are you awake now? Do you believe that this has really happened to you?
It doesn't feel like this one.
There's Dr. Voorhees, looking like he delivered a baby.
Take pictures.
Take pictures.
Low uterine segment implantation.
Honey,
Even though the fungus is firm. Well, it will be a low line. That's no way to know that. For examination, take a look and see. Look at the ultrasound. And
Pink
see
band
where
for girls. And there are
rupture is.
some
If it was
dark
very
numbers
close
here that
to
they
the
will check with you when they bring her.
margin,
She's 76 months.
you know it has to feel like.
Yeah.
If the sac is equally all around,
Downstairs
you
they
don't have to do fungus. So we'll look at
That's good.
There's any way I could have a pivotal so I can figure what watch top.
Yeah, we'll get you some.
Let's see the smiling face of the proud new father. Except he's not smiling.
Here's her feet.
You can tell by your eyes.
This is Daddy's little information
Oh,
card
okay.
so that he can call everyone.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, boy.
is
Thank
there any
you.
family waiting up in the waiting room?
No,
This is Tawny. Smile.
You put a smile on your couch.
Yeah, this can be very, very good.
let me see your hand. Let me see your face.
Form a huge plane.
I can't tell if this baby's ugly or pretty.
Oh, no,
Oh.
Oh.
He's a pretty baby.
Close to the skin, look, no, wait, this way.
There. Tawny. Oh, right. Blessing.
Take it over, Richie, my best advice. Let's say
Don't cry for the camera.
Blessing little Tawny, aren't you? How old is Tawny now?
11 and a half hours.
11 and a half hours old.
Starving to death.
She's waiting to be fed, isn't she?
Yep.
Leslie.
That's terrific. That's a one thing.
Hey, she likes to chew her wrist.
Next year, I could probably chase down coaching jobs at some college. Come on, kid.
Must take after her mother, likes to eat a lot.
Uh-oh. Tawny, say hi to your mommy over there. There's your mommy. Hi. Here's my Tawny. Oh. See what kind of grip you have. Oh, it's such a strong grip. Oh, yes. You're going to be the most documented child in history, probably. Little Tawny Victoria. Are you hungry? This child is hungry. See? See? Let's get a good look. Wave high. Hi. We've wave high over here.
You want to register as a chair? Yes, and you cook myself.
Okay, Tawny, wave hi to Grandma and Grandpa Shultz. There's Grandpa Shultz and Grandma Shultz. Wave hi to Grandma and Grandpa Lund. Okay, with this hand. Stop sucking. Okay, suck this hand. Wave hi to Lund's Grandpa and Grandma Flossie. Grandma Flossie and Grandpa Vic. And all the relatives happily ever after. Oops! You want to eat. Okay, we better go eat now. Here comes Tawny home. Here comes the baby. Go ahead, start.
We're going in the house.
Okay. Here it comes. Into the room.
Do you see?
There it goes into its new baby room.
What?
It's all asleep. Where's his head? Her head. Can't see it.
Okay, go ahead. I don't think it's going to go.
As they say, you cast your bird.
Is that fun?
I can fly my own now.
About like a 2 inches wide.
Think you can do that? Wait, hold on.
Oh, this is fun.
Get your launch jet.
Get my kite. Daddy, I done a double loop-de-loop. Let's get higher. See, I went down and then up. Oh, I told you. This thing wants to go down. Would you like to hold on to that? Matt! Where's Matt? I told you. I'll do this this
Oh, brother. Tail of the kite.
Hurry up, Angela! Hey, I think I got it! What's that? Get that wheel off there! I can shoot you. Get the wheel off.
I let you people get the word. Whatever. You know. Well, thanks for everything. Appreciate it.
For everything. Thank you for all your help.
And glory to God that I did. I had seen him, had run from him.
I was here to express the view that perhaps, while children should go to school, they may be going just a bit too early. Pat talked with him about these opinions, and there was good response from the audience.
Our guest today is a very distinguished educator. He's a former superintendent of city schools at Artesia, California. He's a chairman, associate professor and professor of psychology and education. He's been a dean of students, director of graduate studies at Pacific Union College. He has been a member of the White House Conference on the Children and Youth. He has also been a coach. He has a number of degrees and has written a book called Homegrown Kids. So it's a great pleasure to welcome right now to the 700 Club a man who says, I've got some answers perhaps to some of the problems, and it's found in our educational system. Would you please welcome Dr. Raymond Moore. Very good. What are we doing in education that's wrong? I understand you've been on Donahue, you've been on a number of programs. They can't even debate you anymore. What have we done to our children we shouldn't?
Well, even a Christian today may be doing some things that aren't just exactly going the way that he wants to go. For example, when we put our little children into school, before their values are formed, like a humanistic family specialist from Cornell, Yuri Bronfenbrenner, says, out there with all that social contagion, we are actually crippling our children. We should wait until they are really ready mentally, emotionally, in a sense, spiritually. And we've been through more than 7,000 studies on this, and the teams at Stanford and Colorado Medical School and in Michigan. And there is no systematic contradiction in research today. Little kids that go to school at 4 and 5 and 6 years of age are going to be crippled. That's the reason you were asking me why I brought this.
What is that?
Well, this is a result of my negligence and, and Michigan humidity.
Yes.
And that's what we do to our children, and then we expect them to play the game of life.
Well, no, wait a minute. You're saying that a child should go to school at 8 or 9 years old instead of 4 and 5 and 6?
Put them in at 8 or 9. It isn't always possible. Many single families and others cannot do this. But whenever possible, the direction of our society should be toward putting the old-fashioned idea. The old Hebrew idea was 12. And many psychologists from Stanford and Cal and other places say don't put them into 12 to 14. But we're saying we can prove at least 8 to 10. Then put them in, say, an 8-year-old into the 3rd grade, 9-year-old into the 4th grade, a 10-year-old into the 5th grade. These kids will come out better academically and behaviorally and socially.
Well, wait a minute. What proof have you got that this is the case?
Well, the damage to the eyes until at least 8 to 10 for any kind of formal schooling, ongoing formal schooling. The young ears are not ready. The lateralization, the spatial aspects or the abstract part of the brain dealing with the skills part of the brain does not lateralize until at least 8 or 9. Dr. Joseph Wetman of the University of Chicago says if we could keep our little kids out of school in a good home until at least 8 or 9 or 10, we could reduce the reading failure rate in this country to 2%. The typical child today is already tired of schooling.
Yeah.
Before he's out of the 3rd or 4th grade. Why is it? Because we put them out there before their tools are ready, before their values are established. But the academic isn't the worst, Pat. The worst part is what we're doing to these children socially, emotionally, and spiritually by taking their value systems away from them and scattering them out there to all of their peers. And they get this peer dependency, and they are ruined for life, in effect, in terms of being self-directed.
Well, now they're having programs in values clarification, which is to take away the last vestiges of the Christian morality.
Heard you talk about that yesterday.
Yeah, it's very upsetting, but they really do that now. At the age of 4 and 5 years old, they try to make these people make value judgments that they can't possibly
Test
make.
them all over the place. Most of this testing that's going on right now with kids at 3 and 4 and 5 is ridiculous.
Well, this would be a revolution in our school system.
It would be going back to some very old-fashioned Judeo-Christian habits. Look, they have the schools of the prophets in the old days, and what did they do? The children stayed home until at least 12 or 13. Then they went out with the so-called prophets, the teachers.
All right.
And the teachers studied with them a half a day and then worked with them a half a day. And now there is some, you know, the parents with the child modeling, the teacher with the child modeling, and that brings out great kids.
Well, this would, I haven't even thought of this. I mean, it is so, it seems radical. Now, let's say go back in history. Go back 100 years in the United States, or 200 years, before we go all the way back to the Hebrews. What were they doing 100 years ago?
They were, well, of course, we had more of a rural society then, and our urban society has really hurt us. But I must, in those days, why the youngsters, by and large, were taught by the parent. Now, for example, let's give you one little example here. We have some mothers out there in the audience, too, and they will empathize with what I'm saying now. How many responses does a child get with a responsive, warm, consistent mother during the day? Some women say hundreds. Some said the other night at a meeting I held here, thousands. How many real person-to-person responses does a child get in the classroom with a teacher that has 20 or 30 little kids?
Hardly any.
Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 5.
That's right.
All right. The personal one-to-one contacts, not the books. It's the personal one-to-one contacts that really build the child. We have homeschools now, 250,000 or more across this country, and I do not know of one single place where the mother, even she has a grade school education or a high school education, isn't doing a much better job against national norms than is the average school today. Every single homeschool I know.
Wait a minute, you mean all the parents, everyone you know who are teaching their children are doing a better job? The
Absolutely.
children are better?
I know of we have thousands in our files today, probably more files than anybody in the country. We've been through more than 7,000 studies in coming to our conclusions. But the files now we have of homeschools, or mothers keeping their children out until at least 8 to 10, we do not have one single failure recorded to date. We have 4 that were unhappy, and that was because they put the children into school at 9 or 10 in the first grade, and that's wrong, totally wrong.
Well, Dr. Moore, what about 9 and 10-year-olds? Have you had examples now of people who've gone to some homeschool or just been at home and then they've gone out into the school system? How do they do?
No problem at all. They become, if you take the Forrester study out of New Jersey or studies from coast to coast, the youngsters who are with their parents feeling needed and wanted and dependent upon the home, start them to work when they start to walk. Putting their toys away so they're not under your feet all the time. These youngsters have a sense of self-worth, identity. Pretty soon the other kids in the neighborhood know which parents really care. These parents give their youngsters tools, they make things with them, do things with them, and your home becomes the social center of the neighborhood. These kids are the social leaders, the academic leaders, the behavioral leaders in schools today.
The parent has got to work on those children. I mean, she just can't just let them just kick around the house all day.
That's what Homegrown Kids is about.
Yeah.
And our other books. The Homegrown Kids really tells you how to handle this thing, and it's very simple. Let the mother work with the child in the home, give the child latitude, let him take his nap, and the children need rest. Get rid of this homework when they do go to school. We don't need this homework at the elementary level, not rote homework.
Yeah.
No, maybe projects now and then, that sort of thing. Let's start giving our children a chance to grow. For example, the other day, you know, we have a forest around our house. The lake's out in front. But I just wanted you to know that I saw a little bird drop out of the nest, and it couldn't fly. And the cat was waiting right over there.
Okay.
That's a child today.
That's a pretty good picture. I remember there's nothing any more pathetic than the little child, 6 years old, being dressed up to go off to school in a strange environment. He's scared half to death. His parents are pushing him out of the nest, and you're saying it's a little early to do it, and I could understand. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you may have questions. I don't know, our telephones are quite busy, but Ben is with our audience. We have a nice audience here in the studio, and what Dr. Moore has said has been sufficiently provocative and goes against some of the norms that we have expected in education for so many years, but it may be the answer because although I don't know about working mothers, what do you do if a mother's working?
Well, if mothers have to work, so be it, but most mothers statistically, now there's some people out there, avant-garde humanistic people, that would like to have you believe that all of the mothers have to work. More than half of the mothers don't have to work. Let's teach them how to manage in their homes better.
It'd be far better to give the children less material abundance and more humanity.
That's
more
right. Let's
themselves.
exactly. Let's not make it the popular thing to put my child into nursery school at 2.5. And that's what we have today.
Okay, Ben, you've got somebody with the audience that has some questions. Here you are.
Thank you very much, Pat. We're getting some questions from our studio audience right at the moment. The first one, someone called in from Virginia Beach, wanted to know, can you keep a child out of school until he is 12 legally?
I think we have some people right in the audience today that are doing that, and theoretically, legally, you're not supposed to, but you've had at least 2 court cases recently, both of which have been won by Christian families, and they are showing that the Virginia state laws, as with all other early childhood laws in this nation, are not sound laws. Our Stanford team found that out. Not one single one is based upon sound research. And I think that definitely that you're going to have once in a while you will have some trouble with the law, but I want you to know for sure that most of the public school people out there are not going to bother you because they are more concerned about the developmental needs of the child than they are about the letter of the law.
And what else?
We have a gentleman with us from
Indianapolis, Indiana.
And your name, sir?
James Friddle.
Mr. Friddle, what's your question?
What can a single parent do with kids this age before the 8, 9, when they have to leave them when
That's
they go to
one
work?
of the toughest questions there is. If you possibly can provide, get some people, even if you have to pay a little bit, or a little bit, maybe more than a little bit, get some parents who are warm and responsive and have your values, that don't have a television around for the children to be watching all day, and that's probably the best thing you can do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very provocative, let me look at this again. This is published by Word Books.
Yeah, Jim Dobson had a little to say about that one.
Homegrown kids. This is, well, now you say, if this is as good as you say, like anything that's good, it'll be opposed initially, but we're very open in our society these days to innovate, and the chances are that people are going to pick up on it rather quickly.
Well, James Dobson pointed out that, you know, he got more responses from any others in the history of his broadcasts, and they were 95 to 98% positive responses.
All right, one more question, and we overlooked the Hebrew, Greek, ancient history type of thing. Was this the culture of some of the ancients?
That was the culture, and it's still the culture with many Orthodox Jews. But indeed, that's the way it was in the old times, and that's the way it was with the life of Christ. As a matter of fact, when he went down and looked at the local school, at the rabbinical school, he decided he didn't want to go, and he went home.
Well, it said he went home and was subject to his parents. That's all you had.
And he grew in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and man.
That's the way it is. Listen, we've got a lady coming up right now who disputes the claim of a bumper sticker that I saw recently that said, "Bald is beautiful." Well, that may be the case for billboards and old men, but certainly not for ladies. We're back with that right after this. Stay tuned.
This fall on the 700 Club, will Russia invade Pakistan? Join Pat Robertson as he comments among Afghan rebels. Let Dr. Robert Atkins tell you how to treat your illnesses without drugs through nutrition therapy. Meet America's favorite, most lovable spinster. Also recapture the record-breaking moment of Hank Aaron. All this and much more coming this fall on this channel. The 700 Club. You can't afford to miss it.
In this month's Perspective newsletter, Pat Robertson.
Huh? You two guys. They're taking pictures of each other.
Rita.
take a picture of it in the sun, though, Jim. Against the sun.
That's the one that girl take a bunch of kids up there.
No, me neither. Jim, get over here. It's more close by. Yeah, lost rock over there. Now, that's what I say. I want a picture of you guys over here. That rock in the background.
Honey, Howard wants you to come over here. I don't want my picture taken. All right, Nellie, you look good from the front. Hi. That's better. That's better, you mean.
Stephen will be 26 years old tomorrow. And our kids will be 25, 26, 27, and 28.
I hate to tell you how old my son was this year. Is that right?
Not sure.
You did, Daddy, I guess. Did you?
Thank goodness Squirt had all that fur on because he landed right in the middle of us. Boy, did he back off fast. Boy, what are you doing in that car? I assume, what? You almost got that on.
Oh, Squirt.
We're trying to finish that book.
Squirt. You dummy.
Look at there! Look at
There's Jim.
I think they can ride on that. We could get a ride on it.
Hi, Shirley.
Hi.
Oh, I'd like to have the kids here.
Huh?
I sure wish we could have brought the kids here.
Honey, you're going to have to let me take some. So I can get you in them. Mommy, I found some brown squirrels.
Come on, get under that hat.
Yeah. Can't find them.
Go out there. He's right out there somewhere. That door out there. Go back and follow you.
It's the kind that gets by.
That's a purple dog.
Purple dog.
And that Dino?
What did you say?
What is it? What's the name?
Dino, I guess. Dino.
Oh. Probably back. I'm Danny Bug.
I don't know. I'm gonna stand by her.
Right under his bill. Neil, but I just make it.
I'm standing right behind you. Stand right here.
She probably have more fun going down the slides over there.
What?
Just a regular cartoon.
Who are you?
Hey, I'm Miss Bedrock. I'm Miss Bedrock.
I'm afraid I better come around because I wanted to.
Yeah, you better hurry up. You're gonna have to do that.
That other place and back.
Not after not one time.
This is good.
Robin, you're gonna miss it.
Hang on, Julie.
What?
Hang on.
Where are they? Oh, yeah, there they come. Jim down.
on.
What lens you got on there now?
Because I want to look up in the sky picture.
Mom's took 2 pictures. Here's one.
We got plenty of pictures.
You go?
Where's that big flag?
That's,
Shirley, you can't reach it. Oh, that's up by the theater. How does this work?
By that, it's up by the observation. Kind of standing like this, holding this gap. You see that?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
I never finished it, huh?
No, see, they were going to do it from the waist up, but they never completed it. Come on.
There's Starkies, Brian. There's Starkies.
Well, you have to get it just right.
Early.
You see, with my glasses on, it's hard to do it. I couldn't do it if I did without.
Let's see your tooth.
Mimi, you be nice. Be nice.
You want to look through one of those, Chris?
Come here. Can you help me up so I can see those?
You can see it, Shirley, without standing on anything. I'll just let her stay up there for a little while. Can you get up out of the way so others can go by?
Balance. Look at that. It must be searchlight. It says, talks about it right there.
Shirley, please don't climb up there.
What? How are you supposed to get up there?
We'll do it right here, Chuck. There's the big lights you use to light it. But that's pretty at night. Chalk.
Well, take a picture of me, will you?
Trying to.
Nellie, have you been inside?
No.
You can only look at one head at a time, can't you?
All I'm getting is near her head.
Huh?
Ain't they neat?
Should be focused on right.
Yeah, I'm too close to you.
Okay, shut it off a minute.
I hope I'm taking it.
It'll be easier up there.
What do you see?
Come this way and see. You have to walk this way so you get behind
Yeah,
front of the tree and then swing it up there at the...
Okay, not Chucky though.
You're not...
look at it. Abraham Lincoln looks like he has a beard.
Sure does. Taking it walking away over there.
I'll come back.
Pull the lever down, Brenda?
Oh, I think I did.
It's done, Chad. There's a green light. I thought we were going in there.
Hey, push it on the green.
There.
You see the green light?
Yeah, I see it now. So it must have been on before because I had pushed the button the same way.
Put it way down like this.
These are going to be terrible pictures.
You can take pictures of
Huh?
These are going to be terrible pictures. At least people will know you were here too.
Oh, you'll be bragging about 10 years from now. Better ones than I took.
I want all four of you on one up the stairs. Where we
Once you get someone you ain't gonna get nobody to lay on the ground.
How many years is that? 14 or 18 years? 14 years.
You any good with a camera?
They've got a balance. About 14%.
Neil, what does Neil have his triple converter?
3-time converter, so you can
Let me take one of you out.
Pity.
Look at this cat, Kevin. Look at this cat. There's where we need the leash.
Oh.
Different cat, isn't it? Come on. Looks like he's...
Don't let go, Shirley. Wiggly, isn't she? Gotta hold on to her. Hold on to her right here. Nice.
I feel better if you don't let go. I don't trust her.
Let's try to keep what you heard. Look at
Yeah. Trouble with the only thing about is
you are. Now I'm gonna leave you there.
Oh, man.
Well, they took it. I guess Shannon did. Smile.
You know what these little caterpillars are.
What's the matter? Are you hungry?
Mine did. And they got a
Make her give me a kiss.
Yeah.
and beyond. Did they?
Yeah. That's the thing of the church, so hard to tell.
They're ready for
Now will that pick up the sound too?
Diana. No, it went off one night.
Wait.
Oh, no, they have got it.
That's sure made it farmers.
Yeah, it's a civil defense.
We're back on him.
Oh, I don't even know. Yeah. Oh, that kid's over. We were supposed to find out what all the, if you want, if you want them to bring some clothes over for the garage sale. Yes. When is it going to be? Did you know that Mary's always signing her up on a bench? Yeah, I was going to say her. Sit down. Wendy is. Yeah, going to have to. Yeah, that's better. She's big. She's taller than you now. Okay.
Yeah.
You brace it down a little bit.
Huh?
About a year, I think. They've had them since they were pretty much babies, about a year. They got them, I think. They're foster children, they wanted.
No, back up. Back.
Okay, where's Chris?
Up there running off the mouth. We'll get them another week.
Now leave Grandma and Grandpa there.
Okay,
guys, you gotta stay there. Yeah, as soon as we can get Chris. Nothing wrong with all of you, Chris. Just lots of me. Which one? If I did, you stuck with another one. If it's blurred, I'll look even bigger than usual. Oh, clear. Yeah, man. Boy, it's warm in the sunshine.
Let's not take a chance. I don't want you to get there. I wouldn't do it myself. As long as I've had a handle all my life, I wouldn't do it.
Just throw it over to him.
On your hand. Go feed it to Dynamo.
That boy. That boy.
Put it down where it can reach it. You dropped it again.
Well, he can find it there. Yeah. There it is. There. He wants another one. Get that out today. I'll take that and lick it off with me.
So I can stop them. Okay, get your thumb out of the way. Get your thumb out of the way. There. Hold it up there so you can reach it. He'll cut himself.
See what I mean?
He takes his legs.
Thank you. About a dozen times I wanted out.
Robert said I hope you don't like
I was saying, why?
Shirley, you shouldn't dress it and undress it here now because you're going to lose the stuff.
No, don't dress me now.
Yeah, I'm serious.
You wait.
Because you don't want it.
Otherwise, you'll do your loss.
He's gonna kick your head and
They're all tapered in.
like it better. It fit better on the shoulder.
Who's like an any present? Yeah, they design your name on it, and so it's a lot.
Shirley, this is yours.
Did you see this? Down down. Oh, it's fancy. Isn't that nice? Shirley, it's all the Shirley.
Honey, are you willing to do that?
I
$50 for my Christmas present?
I just said,
well, speaking of Daddy, this is my mommy.
What is it? You better show it to me. Maybe you didn't spend that much on me.
I've really been dissatisfied.
Honey, I put my
Is that what you're Shirley?
What is it?
Randy. Mom and Dad.
I'm just careful when you're
That's what Mom and Dad
Where'd you get it?
Yeah, I checked.
What is that in that bag?
Pammy from Robbie.
Baked potatoes or heat up rolls or
Even toasty Dad, if he said for Mom and Dad, I didn't.
my toaster went out and I had a tiny toaster and about a third the size that went out too.
Honey.
Yeah.
Tawny? Tawny, you got another present, honey.
This is the Dennis person. Yeah. From Dad and Mom.
That mom's boy. What did you almost throw away? This is tea. That's yours, Tam. Pass it back. Almost threw it away.
Can we use it?
That was something hard.
She's just out in the lab. Did you see how these work?
Isn't that neat, honey?
Throw some particles out here.
Kizzy. Someone's got to open Kizzy's here.
I think she finally found a Christmas toy that she wants to play with.
Yeah. She sure has.
Mother, Mom. Hey, Mother. Mommy finally found a Christmas toy she likes to play with. After she opens it. At least for a longer period of time. Show her how it works.
Oh, Mom, thank you. I didn't ask for it, but I wanted to.
Suck it right up.
Thank you.
Sorry about giving it away a second ago. Thank you. John, here's what you almost gave away.
I know. I caught myself even
John,
before you
I
showed
caught
me.
myself about 4 times almost doing that. I kept starting to go to Pam and say, hey, John, you really like your coat, so I know he's going to like his. And then I realized Pam didn't know she had her coat.
I love it.
Mommy, how do you put this
Is that why you were asking this morning whether Lindy had a curl? Use a curling?
He didn't get up to me. It was better.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was asking.
I have one of these.
See the little puppy dog?
So you just put standard cigarette.
Look at her horse for her burrito.
Oh, how cute is all that fancy hair.
Shirley, what's all this stuff? Oh, that's a good view.
I think that's a once-in-a-lifetime shot.
Did I get that with the other camera?
I don't know. That paper cutter. Right.
Look at it, see if it works. Look at she's got her tail. She's got her tail. It's black and thick and you're pretty black. Oh, you should see her laughing. I'm always on the wrong side.
Black and Decker doesn't make
That's about the only choice she really liked. She liked that one, didn't she, love? She liked that one?
Honey!
We're gonna lose this thing in a minute. Do you want to save these boxes?
Some of them, the nicer ones. Sure come in handy when you need your wrap.
Adjusting tool. I don't understand why they wouldn't need it. Honey! Honey!
I got it in the present for you.
Look at clean.
Isn't it discouraging?
Honey!
Needed that for so long. It's terrible that you haven't had one.
Just going around like a now that's so glued on there. What was this thing at? I think it's taped on it. Well, this doesn't go with that.
I bet we could get one of those at the tactical department here.
You like both those toys.
They have all that lined up kind of stuff that you can get a 40% discount.
Get that sheet over here. I was in the midst of my residency. I haven't bought it yet. I don't know how, but I just didn't get the time to buy it. What was your last one? I was trying to get.
I did paper cutter that you've been needing all along time.
Did you ever make recipes where it says so many pounds or such and such a thing?
No, really? I know, because there's always times we want to weigh something. There's always want to weigh something.
Yeah, I think it measures in grams too.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Grams and pounds, and it weighs up to 10 pounds. It's
4.5 kilograms.